Hello and welcome to our new TecTalk format from Automechanica Frankfurt. This is our first talk. It's early morning and a Tuesday. We are all still quite busy with the show. And I welcome our first guest, Maria Bonelli. She's the CEO of Eco, and I'm really glad to have her here. Maria, how are you this morning?
I'm good. It's indeed very early in the morning, and but I'm really happy to be here, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. Yeah, finally we are really happy to make use of our brand new studio here. How does it feel for you to be back on-site events?
It's amazing. The first thing when I entered the hall, it was like smelling trade fair, smelling the carpet, and it's really good. It's amazing, and I'm really looking forward to meet business partners, colleagues, friends. Yes.
Yeah, I guess also that this is very important. A lot of colleagues asked me from the industry, do you think we still need trade fairs? Do we need these big shows? And I personally think I don't know if we need the big shows, because today is different. Your products or your information is accessible 24/7 basically via the internet. But I guess what the industry really needs is like a place to come together. And we've seen this as well with our event tonight. We have so many people signing up. We have to order more food actually this evening. So I guess everyone is really excited to be back again.
Indeed, I also think that the trade fairs will change a little bit. It's not about presenting products itself, especially as a lot of things are changing towards digitalization. But we need a place to meet, a place to have contacts, and therefore to be honest, this is also my main scope for the Automechanica this year, to meet my business partners, and after almost 2.5 years online talks, it's good to see each other again.
Yes, definitely. No one is wearing pajamas, so everyone dressed up properly.
Especially the shoes, right?
yes, exactly. Yes. So, but first, because there might be some listeners and viewers we have which don't know you, so could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you as a company are doing?
Yeah. So my name is Maria Bonelli, as you already mentioned. I'm 40 years old, and I study mechanical engineer. Quite a few years ago, and since November last year, so 2021, I'm become the CEO of Circular Economy Solutions, short SECO. So what is SECO doing? A lot of people know CormanNet. CormanNet is our service brand for the automotive aftermarket, where we are offering services for the core management, meaning the collection and inspection, so meaning identification, evaluation of used products, so that at the end remanufacturer can use them again for the reman program. Exactly. So this is
SECO in a nutshell, basically.
Yes, SECO in a nutshell, and SECO is not so known, perhaps, but I'm sure your audience know CormanNet
yes, definitely.
Very well. Yeah.
And you said you studied mechanical engineering, so how did you end up in the aftermarket?
I don't know.
No one knows. You ask them all the time,
but
and no one can tell you.
Once you're in the aftermarket, you will not leave it anymore.
Yeah, it's a trap.
I don't know why.
Be careful, it's a trap.
So I started 2006 in the automotive aftermarket, and it's an amazing sector, because I think it's so changing and so and a lot of people say it's a kind of family, because the people since years. Perhaps they changed the company, so perhaps you are receiving from the same people different business cards. But at the end, it's a big family, and I'm really proud to be the part of this family since 2006.
I agree. It is also like a global family. You go, especially now when you go to the trade shows again, you meet the people, and everyone is very easygoing.
Absolutely.
It's really great to talk to them again.
Yeah.
But I guess the last time we met was also at an event. It was at the Klepa conference in 2019. And
exactly.
Frank Schlehuber will also be a guest in another episode. But that was the last time we met. So it was before all the COVID.
Yes.
And so what happened in between?
Yeah,
and you became CEO as well.
I became CEO, so
so you made it.
I made it. A lot of things changed, especially for us as a company. So we went through COVID, as everybody. I think we went quite well through. Business always struggling somehow during COVID time, but I think we managed to do it quite well. What we did in perhaps as one topic, it's our public funded projects. We are engaged in a lot of in 3 public funded projects. One we finished during COVID time, and one will be presented tomorrow from 11 to 12. Okay. It's called Recips and will be a workshop for wholesalers, remanufacturer, for everybody that it's interested in how core management, so used parts management, can be handled in a digital and easy way.
And the kickoff is tomorrow here at Automechanika.
It's tomorrow at the Automechanika, yeah.
That's nice. And is it like a big EU project? Or?
It's a big EU project, so it will be finished November. It's where the project itself finished, but out of this project we have been able to develop a digital product out of it, and this digital product will help business partners to have a more transparent, more easy way to implement core management and circular economy itself. And we are really looking forward to it.
So the whole project took place during the COVID period. So was that difficult, or did you get an extension then?
Yeah, we asked for an extension at the EU Commission for half a year, as the problem was we wanted to demonstrate that our product or our project will work in the market, but to demonstrate or to have a demonstration, you need to be on site.
Yes, in a remote world, it's difficult.
Exactly. And to be honest, we also, before COVID, we have not been so sophisticated and so used to have everything online. And so we asked for half a year extension, and this is what will happen now till end of November. Yeah.
But great, so you're doing several of these EU projects. So what is the main driver for this participating? Because I myself have like a science project background, so to speak. Because when I was at Caruso, it was a pre-company stage. It was a collaboration between Tech Alliance and Fraunhofer in Kaiserslautern. Fraunhofer IESE, hello to the old colleagues. And I guess it's really good to get this scientific input, because also Tech Alliance was at a stage where they had an idea about creating this, or the idea was we need the data from the cars, and we need to create something, maybe a platform, maybe not, we don't know, and then to get the expertise in.
Yeah. So what drives us is mostly it's learning. For example, we also participated at a project called Car E, so the electrification of the.
I did my homework and I saw the Car E project, and it has all the buzzwords. It was fleet, mobility service, and electrification.
Electrification. So what was our part? It's electrification. What are we doing with the battery?
Yes.
Battery. It's still a topic how to bring it back, and this within this project we try to learn, we try to evaluate what do we need to do to make it happen in the market. And especially for circular economy, I think that we will establish circular economy not by doing everybody his own things, but to combine our strength and to go into partnering and to work together.
But especially, I guess the battery is a good example.
Yeah.
Because you hear in China, there's one approach that when you go to the charging station, they change your battery completely, and then you have to get a new full battery, and your battery goes out of the car.
Yeah.
But imagine doing this in Germany. Then the people start, but this is my battery. Now I have a faulty battery or whatever. So this is really difficult, I think.
This is one aspect. The other aspect, it's the legal situation, because battery, it's hazardous good. So you need to transport it very carefully.
Yes.
You cannot transport and stock it in an easy way. And this makes it difficult because you cannot anymore, use your synergies in the transport or your warehouses. You need to build up everything new and in parallel. So you cannot make use of your synergies. And another thing is that each country in Europe, it's handling it in a different way. So the legal situation within Europe, it's still somehow not easy and not clear to everybody. And this founded projects, helps us also to get in contact directly with the European Commission. So what is still obstacles to go over? It's.
But in general, to which degree can such a big battery be reutilized, upcycled to be used in another car again? I guess it's a very.
And this is something that is still not clear at the moment, because you need still. It's difficult to know what is it's called state of health of a battery. And only if you know what the state of health of the battery is, you can then approach what should you do with this battery. In the most cases, it's still about recycling. And and if you have the scope to recycle something, then then you're handling waste. And handling waste in Europe, it's really a big deal.
Yes, that's true. But is it then comparable? Because many call the electric vehicles now smartphones on wheels. And I guess we have a similar issue with all the smartphones we create. I mean, just like yesterday or last week was the new Apple iPhone was revealed. So how many people are there who buy a new iPhone? And there's also very good Android phones and whatever. But buying a new phone each year, and then the old one goes to trash. And there's also batteries, there's materials in there.
Yeah. And, I always said, and I stated this several years ago already, circular economy is established when people are proud to use products in multiple life cycles.
Yes.
Today is it like, hey, look at me, I have the new iPhone. I have all these features. Nobody is saying, hey, look at me, I have a used product. It's now the second or third or fifth time it's repaired and it's still working. So I think if we want to establish sustainability, establish circular economy products as high value products, everybody need to change his mindset.
Yes.
And at the end, be proud to have something already used. And
do you think there's now a change in sentiment with the younger generation? I mean, when you see all these Gen Z people, so the generation after us, they think very sustainable. And you have, like, at least in fashion, also the big players, they try to put this, they call it pre-loved fashion. Yeah. So and all the vintage stuff, and they wear it, they're proud to have it upcycled.
Yeah. And our generation, for sure, we have been proud when we bought our first car.
That's my new iPhone. That's my new car. Yes.
I was very proud to buy my very, very new car. Nobody was. And the generation now, no, I don't have a driver's license.
Yes.
I use a fleet car or whatever. So the mindset, it's not any more important to have something. I use something, and this is exactly the change of mindset. They don't need to have it, and our generation, we still love to have new things.
Yes, it's true.
You already ordered the new iPhone,
no,
right?
No, but mine is very broken, so I hope I get a new one. Or maybe an pre-loved one, something upsided.
Pre-loved one, yeah. I think we also need to give these used products a better image. So it's not about to be eco, or old-fashioned, or
So I guess in general you need to think about being more resourceful, and also a lot of companies they maybe are highly profitable, but when you read the P&Ls and their annual reports, you don't. It's not just automotive companies, but you don't. There's no account for the resources they use.
Yeah, and I think
what they take from society or Earth.
And this will change dramatically the next years, especially with the new European taxonomy, where you need to declare how many of your turnover you're doing with sustainable products, and you need to declare what your costs and your resources are, and this will change because to have a green spirit is good, but for a company it's also important that it's economic-wise also feasible, and this is to come back to us and to our USP. This is exactly what we think that we can give a benefit to our business partners, because we make core management and the whole aftermarket handling more transparent, so that they can take informed decisions and give transparency to the market. I think it will help to establish remanufactured product more and more in the aftermarket.
And in this whole big sustainability picture, sustainability is now like one of the topics which is dragged through the market. In every annual or quarterly call, they show how sustainable we are, and we are doing all these efforts to be more sustainable. How in this big sustainability picture does your company fit in, or which part?
Yeah. So what we provide is we want to bring two players closer together. On one hand, wholesalers, workshops, and so on, they are creating the used product because they are exchanging it out of the car. And the remanufacturers, so the suppliers of the reman product that need used parts for their remanufacturing. And so what our scope is to bring these two parties closer together to make the business more transparent. And what is our role in the sustainability is more used products are coming back, more raw materials we can save. This is our target.
Who is your target group?
Our target group indeed are wholesalers and remanufacturers. On one hand, wholesalers need to, almost all reman products have some incentives, like surcharges or whatever. There is a certain business model behind it, and so they need to, to have the transparency to know, okay, what are my liabilities? What do I need to send back? And to make sustainability and economical benefits, bring this together for both parties, and this is what we are focusing on.
And how does your business model work then? So I am a wholesaler or parts manufacturer, and I give you a call, and I tell you, I need a
Someone,
sustainability slide in my next presentation. How can you help me? What do I have to do?
What we normally do, we analyze what are the obstacles today of our customers. So is it more the physical bringing back, or is it the transparency that they need for the business? Often it's both, because without a physical you cannot make any digital product out of it. And what we are taking care, it's closing the loop, meaning the product somehow needs to go back, but to whom? You have perhaps 10 suppliers. It's not your core business. So as a wholesaler, you want to sell products. You want to make the business selling out. So it's not your core business to bring back cores and to administrate or to manage everything. And this is what we want to take care about it. So.
And how does legislation come into play here? Because from what I know in France, it's the case that there's some legislation that used or upcycled parts need to be used again or must be sold again back into the market.
Yeah, so it's important that a used product is not declared as waste.
Yeah.
Because once it's declared as waste, it remains waste. So for us, it's always used products, and we handle it as a used product. So meaning also with customs declarations and whatever, we always transport it in a used content, and then. For sure, you have different legislations from country to country, but it's not a big deal. So we are used to it. So we know how to do it.
Is it different depending on the product? So are there products which are easier to handle and products which are more complicated?
For sure, electrical components are easy because some pins or whatever, they are quite sensitive to use or to handle, so you need to be careful. But normally we use every used product in a very soft way because we know that it's the raw material.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
And talking about used product, what pops into my mind is eBay. So they don't want to hear it because they say we also sell new product, and they are this year for the first time they have a big area over here in hall number 4. And how do these new players or e-commerce in general affect your business on this? I mean, because the traditional business in the aftermarket is you have the manufacturer, you have your wholesaler, you have the workshop, and then once in a sudden we have the eBays, we have the Amazons.
Yes.
And are they in like consumer goods? Are they more advanced regarding this topic, or do they have already measures in place we could learn from?
Let's say they are also struggling with, especially if it comes to business models like administrating incentives. Yeah, so they're also struggling with this kind of business models. So, but I still need to talk to eBay. So
I can hook you up later.
Aftermarket is changing. Aftermarket is changing a lot, and I'm really looking forward how it's from today to, I don't know, in several years, how this structure that we are used to, suppliers, wholesalers, perhaps a retailer, and then a workshop, how this will change.
But what do you think will have the biggest impact? Because many, or at least for a time, everyone was, I wouldn't say feared, but the biggest change was this electrification. And I don't really see it because this is still cars, people driving it, they need to get repaired, they have other parts, less parts, okay, I get that. But what I see more difficult is what we spoke about earlier, the Gen Z, they don't want to own a car. So this is the loss of ownership. And if I don't own the car, I don't go to the workshop.
Exactly. So, and this is exactly what I meant by the aftermarket will change. The behavior of the user is changing, so the aftermarket need to change, and it will be more focused on services. Not owning a car, meaning there will be perhaps fleets.
Yes.
Fleets perhaps will have partners, and so. Yeah, the structure will definitely change, but it's due to the user is changing and the mind of the user is changing, and we need to adapt on this.
Okay, so we learned that in the future less people will own cars, so that's one of the hot topics. But what else? So to close our talk for today, if we meet again at Automechanika Frankfurt 2030, what will be our topics? So I hope we meet earlier, of course, but we probably will also meet 2030. And what will we talk about then regarding also you and CIECO and the market in general?
I think the market in general will focus more on sustainability. Will for sure on the Automechanika we will see more remanufactured repair services. I think we will see more a service-orientated Automechanika, and we will be a little bit older.
We will be old, but we will still look fabulous.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
It
for
was a
being
pleasure,
here,
Christian.
To end this, because we have like thousands of CEOs now watching and listening. If they are now curious and they need some more bullet points on their presentations regarding sustainability,
yes.
How can they reach out to you?
They can contact me, so I'm on LinkedIn. On the SECO homepage.
Website, yes.
Exactly, or
that's
the CormanNet.
c-eco.com.
c-eco.com.
Yes.
And
then
or
you get
via LinkedIn, Maria Bonelli.
Yes, go to LinkedIn, contact her, and do something for the sustainability.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian.